Hey there guys, and welcome back to some more League of Legends, well, another League of Legends video. I'm on the alpha client right now, and I think that this is really cool. So first off, the client seems a lot less laggy since the patch. Second, one thing that they said would be available in the patch was something to do with replays for this. I'm not sure if it's up yet, but remember my video, it was really late last night and I highly doubt that anybody actually watched the whole thing or even the thing at all. But, what is this? Click here to download the replay for this match. Replays will be available for download on match history until the next patch. Okay, so match history is... downloading, if you go into match history, you can now download your replays, which I think is awesome. This Hecarim game actually was really fun, so I might download it at some point in the future. Basically what I did, I started Blue Buff, I then took Gromp, I then took Wolves. While I was at Wolves, I told our Aurelia top lane, hey, the Tryndamere is pushing pretty hard. If you guys, if you let him push into you a little bit and don't, do anything stupid, then, dying, then I will, as soon as I finish these wolves and get my E, because I took Q level 1 and W level 2, because you gotta have the healing from the W in order to clear effectively, and you gotta have the AoE from the Q to clear effectively, and the Q isn't as necessary for clearing, but it's really good for ganking. I told her, hey, let him push in a little bit. He's pushing super hard. He's vulnerable. So if he is still there, that far pushed in, and you aren't dead by the time I finish these wolves, I'm going to come top and run him over. And that's exactly what I did, was I went top and I ran him over. And then I went to mid lane because the mid laner was pushing, the Varus was also pushing in on us pretty hard in the mid lane, and he was also vulnerable, no escapes. That was just a really fun game. He was vulnerable, no escapes, and on the way to my next camp, so I just went in there, ran him over, gave Pantheon a free kill, and then I actually took the first kill in top lane, though. And then from there, the game just spiraled out of control. I went around clearing my jungle, killing the enemy. I ran into bot lane for a little bit, did a gank there. It wasn't too successful, but the Jinx still went 9-0. So, you know, she got really fed. The gank bot lane actually had a counter gank from their Nunu. So this right here is the final scoreboard, the overview. Team Gold advantage, they were pulling ahead as they were farming better, but then as soon as I went and ran Tryndamere over and got us first blood, we were ahead. And then we ended 10,000 gold ahead of them. And then I believe that it was a victory by surrender. Yeah, you can see on here they didn't, we didn't clear the inner turret or the inhibitor turret or even the inhibitors, and I don't think we even busted any inhibitors before they surrendered. And then stats. So, the Jinx went 9-0, which was awesome. Total damage to champions, Jinx had nearly 20k, and then, wow, Aurelia actually had over 20k, the highest on the team, even with only having 3 kills. And then graphs. So this over here, which is really cool, I might play a game on here, and then if I go back to home, then there's some really cool stuff that's up now. So the replays are available. I might download the replay to show you guys later that game. And then I go into patch notes. And you can see the patch notes right here. So mid-patch updates, assassin updates, stealth mechanics, wards, assassin itemization, living jungle, summoner's rift, Aegis of the Legion items, enchanter itemization, warden itemization, champions items, masteries, league client update, scoreboard ordering, ranked, bug fixes, upcoming skins and chromas. So mid-patch updates on the 10th. Basically, Kha'Zix had a few bugs in his rework. He was even busted with these bugs. Now he's probably even more busted. I haven't played any League today. Minions are people too. Minions and pets can once again be isolated. Vision Spikes. Evolved Spike Rex once again reveals champions affected by its slow and reliable reaping. Fixed a bug that causing Evolved Reaper Claws to sometimes not refund 60% of its cooldown on isolated targets. Krugs respond to aggression. Krugs no longer spam chat in certain combat situations, which I found it was hilarious that they did before, and I don't even know why they did before, but I thought it was hilarious. And then you can see all of the changes to all of the assassins. I'm not going to run over all of these because I did a video running over all of them a little while ago. Smaller reworks, I might run through the smaller reworks specifically now, because they didn't have the specific information on the website, and I want to know what the specific information is. So Fizz, his cooldown goes down by 2. Fizz Q cooldown goes down by 2 at early ranks, but stays the same at max rank. Cost, down to 50 at all ranks from 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. And then fixed, Shino properly activates when used on targets right next to Fizz. Passively, Fizz's basic attacks cause his enemies to bleed for magic damage. When activated, Fizz's next basic attack deals magic damage increased by 300% if the target has bled for at least 2 seconds. Cooldown goes down. Cooldown starts at 10, which is the same as before, and then ends at 8 seconds. Cost starts lower, but ends higher now. Starts at 30, ends at 70. Passive damage. The passive damage is up by 5 at the lowest rank, and an increasing 5, so it's now 25 plus 15 per rank, up to 85 at max rank. Passive ratio 0.33 ability power. Passive duration to 4 seconds. Removed Sia Stone. No longer empowers Fizz's basic attacks for 6 seconds. Super Trident now resets Fizz's basic attack timer and empowers his next attack. Active damage to 25, 40, 55, 70, 85. Blood in the water. If Fizz's target has bled for at least 2 seconds, the damage increases to that 3 times. Almost got the reset if Seastone Trident active. Kills the unit, mana is refunded, and the cooldown is set to 1 second. More Trident. In addition to basic attacks, Seastone Trident's passive is also applied onto enemies Fizz dashes through during Urchin Strike and enemies affected by Chum the Waters. Something that it doesn't mention, but I think it does now, that I think was removed, is it dealing damage with a % missing health scaling. I'm not sure about that, so don't quote me on it, but I think that the % missing health scaling was removed because a dot that scales with % missing health is slightly busted, and it was the thing in his kit that enabled him to build tank. Playful Trickster, that's the actual size, now shows Fizz an indicator of the area damaged before he lands. Enemies see a red flash of this area right after he lands. K. Cost goes down by 20 at max rank, but stays the same at rank 1. And then Fixed, Zanya's Hourglass now properly plays Playful Trickster's, or delays Playful Trickster's damage. Arch on the Waters, delay before Shark is now up to 2 seconds. New Shark Week. Fizz summons a different sharks based on how far the fish has traveled before latching onto the enemy. The further the fish travels, the larger and more damaging the shark. If Chum the Waters travels less than 455 units, it will summon a Guppy Shark after 2 seconds. Guppy Shark AoE, 200. Damage, 150, 250, 350, plus 0.6 AP. Slow, 40%, knockback, 150. Normal Shark travels between 455 and 110 units. It will summon a normal Shark, but still terrifying Shark. Normal AoE is slightly larger at 325 compared to 200. Damage is higher, 225, 325, 425 plus 0.8 AP. Slow is higher, knockback is higher. And then Gigalodon Shark is even bigger, does even more damage, even more stuff. And then Get Out of the Wall, Chum the Waters fish can no longer be placed inside of terrain. That was funny that was ever even a thing. And then the Kha'Zix's passive Unseen Threat now has slightly less base damage, but scales with 40% AD instead of 50% AP. I don't even understand why it was ever in AP scaling. Taste Their Fear cooldown is up to 4 seconds. Ratio is up to 1.4. Bonus attack damage. Bonus damage to isolated targets is now 50% instead of 30%. Evolved Reaper Claws is the evolution name. Removed Big Claws evolving from Taste of Their Fear no longer increases its damage against isolated targets, but instead refunds 60% of the cooldown. Void Spike Slow is removed. Evolved Slow is 40%, and Isolated Slow is now 80% on isolated targets. And then Void Assault. His E got no changes at all. Invisibility duration to 1.25 seconds from 1 second. Evolution name to Evolved Adaptive Cloaking. It's not a camouflage effect. I like that. Evolving Void Assault no longer increases Kha'Zix's invisibility duration or number of charges. Aggressive Cloaking, while evolved, Kha'Zix gains Void Assault's invisibility and movement speed for 2.5 seconds upon entering any brush while out of combat, with a maximum of 1.25 seconds after exiting the brush. This effect has a 10-second cooldown per bush. Passive Twin Disciplines. Now the first basic attack heals her, the second basic attack deals bonus damage, and then it goes on a cooldown that goes down based on level. There's the healing math, there's the second strike bonus damage, there's the second strike ratio. Twilight Shroud now teleports Akali to the cast location, placing Twilight Shroud at her original position. I've seen a lot of people who were Akali mains saying how much they hated this change and how clunky it made the W feel. I think that it really only makes the W feel clunky probably if you're used to the old W so much like they are. You can't cast that yet. Casting Twilight Shroud places Akali's other abilities on a 0.5 second global cooldown. Cast range 250, Speedy Shroud. Akali now retains Twilight Shroud's full bonus movement speed until she leaves the area. So not just the bonus movement speed while stealthed. E Crescent Slash cooldown is up to 3 seconds at max rank, but still remains the same at rank 1. Damage is going up to 70 at rank 1 and 190 at rank 5. Ratio is 0.5 AP plus 0.7 AD, so 10% more on both. And then if Crescent Slash kills a unit, its cooldown is 60% refunded. Again, almost got the reset. And then Shadow Dance, cooldown goes to 2 seconds between uses of the charge. Damage is lower, significantly lower, which is nice, less frustrating to play against. The ratio is halved. ZW removed, no longer provides percent bonus attack damage, and then energy on multi-hit is going up, or energy return on multi-hit is going up, and then Shadow Swap range is also going up. Shadow Slash, cooldown is going up at earlier ranks, but up at 1 second at earlier ranks, but down by 1 second at later ranks. Damage is going down a little bit at max rank, but up a little bit in the early game. And then Deathmark new Shadow Reaping. Whenever Deathmark kills an enemy, Zed steals their shadow for himself, gaining a portion of their attack damage. Zed can only possess one shadow at a time. It only steals a new shadow if it would give him more damage. Reaping bonus 5 AD plus 10 or 5, 10, 15% of the target's total AD. So playing Zed versus Jhin, yeah, I don't think I need to continue that. I've gotten over 1000 AD on Jhin, and he can steal 5 plus 15% of that, so that is an insane amount of damage. Why is my thing up here set to away? That is an insane amount of damage that he can steal from Jhin and from ADCs, but he really can't steal too much from anyone else. Passive slow removed, R triggers W's that Echo travels through while going back to the thing. So, base mana regen is up to 7, Z-Drive Resonance no longer slows enemy champions and deals a bit more damage at early ranks, 10 more damage at early ranks, but 50 less damage at level 18. So it's stronger in the early game, but weaker, significantly weaker in the late game. Outgoing ratio on Timewinder goes up to 0.3. Lollipop's Timewinder's radius increases by 50 as it hovers by the end of its travel distance, returning to normal while it travels back to Echo. And then R Chrono Break, 20% of the health he recently lost, plus an additional 6% per 100 ability, flat health equal 2.6 AP. So, supposedly, I haven't played Echo yet in this patch, but supposedly, according to Red Mercy, the heal is better now if you're building AP, but not as good if you're building tank. And that's what that's supposed to do. I wish that I could turn this thing over here off so that you guys aren't just staring at my friends list while I'm... It's better with AP. Chrono Break's heal is increased by 3% for each 1% of maximum health lost in the last 4 seconds. And then Time Walk, Chrono Breaking through W Parallel Convergence will trigger the stun and shield. And then his passive, Shaco. Passive Backstab got reworked, so now it has a 3-second base cooldown per target, but that's affected by CDR. And then the Backstab crit damage deals bonus damage based on level 120 to 145 based on his level. And then the Backstab crit against monsters is 200%. Now, because that is a crit, I believe that it would be affected by Infinity Edge. So, building AD crit, Shaco could be pretty decent, or could be a lot stronger now, because the Backstab is, I believe, affected by Infinity Edge. Q mana cost goes down to 60 at all ranks rather than 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, based on your rank. Cooldown 11 seconds, cast time randomly between 0.05 and 0.3 seconds to a flat 0.125. Why was it random? Why was the cast time random between 0.05 and 0.3. That makes zero sense that it was random, but it's good that they changed it to be a flat thing. You can expect it better, your opponents can expect it better, it's overall better. Stealth duration is lower at early levels, but higher at higher levels. No longer causes Shaco's next basic attack to crit, but deals 20, 35, 50, 65, 80 plus 0.5 AP bonus damage on Shaco's next basic attack that can critically strike. That is interesting. I could see Shaco building a little bit of a like Static Shiv, Infinity Edge, maybe a Luden's Echo, and then another AP item, and then another crit item for his 5 items. Now, because his Q deals damage that can critically strike, that has an AP ratio. Dealing damage with Deceive lowers its cooldown by 0.25 seconds. And then Sneak King can now place W, while Stealth, placing a Jack-in-the-Box, briefly reveals Shaco's position but doesn't make him targetable. Bigger Box now gains 0 to 400 bonus health from levels 1 to 18. Arm time is no longer random between 2.1 and 2.3 seconds and is now just a flat 2 seconds. They instantly die to turret shots and lose a minimum of 1/3 of their health from champion basic attacks. And then damage versus turrets is 50%. E2 Shiv Poison. Slow is going up at early ranks. Damage is going overall down. Overall down by a lot on everything. And then the new missing health damage now deals an additional 3 to 8% of the target's missing health at levels 1 to 11, and then no longer slows monster attack speed. The invulnerability is now a flat 0.25 seconds on his ultimate. Why was it? Again, why is all this stuff about Shaco just completely random? Damage to turrets is now 35%. No fooling turrets, Shaco's clone now takes double damage from turrets. Clearing Charade, Shaco's clone can now attack wards. Its multiple traps now creates a nest of Jack-in-the-Boxes. Upon death, these boxes activate together and receive damage together. Nest lasts 6 seconds, the Fear lasts 0.75. Damage is that, health is that. And then changes to Stealth, Camouflage, Invisibility. We talked about all of this. The Control Ward, I've talked about all of this in videos before. Lethality, I've again talked about all of it in videos before. Serrated Dirk, Poacher's Dirk, Edge of Night, Duskblade, Youmuu's. I've talked about all of this in videos before. Maw now builds from Warhammer instead of Dirk and gives CDR instead of Armor Pen because it's supposed to go to fighters and maybe 80 carries that build a little bit of extra magic resist as well. And then unique passive Life Grip. When Lifeline triggers, gain plus 20 attack damage in addition to the previous plus 10% spell vamp and 10% lifesteal until out of combat. And then this is the plants. This over here is all the locations that the plants have the ability to spawn. Red is the Blast Cone, blue is the Scryer's Bloom, and green is the Honey Fruit. However, they all can, while it is random where they spawn, their first spawns are not random, and after that, after the first spawn, they are completely random for these different fixed positions as to where they will spawn. But they can still be very useful. And one thing that they could be used for, I think, pretty well, is you can use the Scryer's Blooms for jungle invade so that you can see, where your opponent might be and then go and steal one of their camps. So I can, for example, walk up to this Scryer's Bloom right here, pop it, get this entire area revealed for me, or this entire area revealed for me, depending on the angle I was at. See if the enemy jungler is at their Krugs, Red, or Raptors, and then if they are, go into their blue side jungle and take something, and if they aren't, stay in the red side jungle and take something. That's a really good example of what the Scryer's Bloom can be used for. Blast Cone can be used for if you're caught out to jump away, or to slow enemies that are chasing you down by knocking them back. Honey Fruit just restores some health and mana, and it can be used in your clears to make your clears a bit more healthy. And then large monsters no longer grant bonuses when smited. Red and blue buffs still exist. More health, though, now heals you for 100 plus 10% of your maximum health when used on monsters. The recharge time is now up to 90 seconds, and the ammo charge start time is now up to 1 minute 40 from 1 minute 25. Now, all of these jungle changes murder Ivern. They all just make Ivern so much weaker. And then, these are all just changes. I'm sure that you guys are familiar with all of this now. The patch is live, so you guys have probably seen most of these in play. Elder Dragon is now up to 2.5 minutes in duration. Rift Herald spawn time is 10 minutes, and attack damage is 85 instead of 105. Yeah, there's a lot of changes. I'm sure that you guys have all felt most of these changes already, but I just wanted to run through them and notify you guys that the patch notes are on the alpha client. And then here's all of the Alistar changes. I was hoping to get an Alistar gameplay out, but every time I tried to play Alistar, I just got wrecked. So new passive, it stacks up, and then at 8 stacks heals him and a nearby ally. The stacks are gained when nearby enemies die, and then the nearest allied champion gets healed for double that, and then he can't gain Triumph stacks for 3 seconds after Triumphant Roar procs. Instantly procs whenever an epic monster or enemy champion dies. I think that's nearby, I'm not sure though. Pulverize no longer stuns the target for half a second after the knockup ends. E is different. E now deals damage in an area of effect around him for 5 seconds, damaging every half a second. That's the total damage math over the 5 seconds. Charging every trample pulse that hits at least one enemy champion grants Alistar 1 trample stack, capped at 5. And at 5, hitting an enemy champion will stun them. The cost is 50 to 90 mana based on level, and then the cooldown is 16 to 14 seconds based on rank. And then Unbreakable will no longer grants 60, 75, 95 damage while active. That's some really random numbers. Twitch's changes, I've already done Twitch gameplays, and Twitch's older skin splashes are being updated, and all 5 of these skins that... Is Medieval Twitch available now? I might have to go to the shop to see, but I don't think that Medieval Twitch is currently available with the splash update, but I know Kingpin, Whistler Village, Gangster, and Vandal are, because, well, is Whistler Village? I know that Kingpin, Gangster, and Vandal are, and I bought Kingpin. Ivern got a few changes. Q cooldown down. Ivern can now reactivate Root Collar to take the dash portion of the ability in addition to issuing a basic attack. And then Daisy, health is going up at higher ranks, and Daisy should generally be smarter when it comes to following Ivern's commands. Cled's passive remount time is now half a second rather than 1 second, and then the fourth hit damage is lower at higher ranks. For W, items no longer reduces magic resist but amplifies magic damage by 10% for nearby enemies. Hextech Revolver, for an early game purchase, the damage on Revolver is just too high, so the early damage is now 50 to 125 instead of 75 to 150. Damage from multiple bolts and AP scaling down, because Protobelt was designed to give champions like Kennen or Annie added mobility and initiation power to get in their enemies' faces. However, its active damage is so high that it's overshadowing that utility, because assassins are just building it and shotgunning enemies right in the face. I have literally one-shot a super minion using this item, because I just shotgunned myself right into the super minion's face, hit all of the bolts on it, and 100-0'd it. Full to dead. With the Protobelt active alone. That was a bit absurd. I was laughing super hard at that. I can't remember if I got that one in a video or not, but I think I didn't. And then some stuff over here for masteries. The League client update. Changelog now lives in the patch notes. Open beta is coming for all regions during this patch. Once open beta begins, the download will appear for everyone launching the game, and if you don't feel like upgrading right away, you still have the option to upgrade your launcher at any point during the beta. For testing purposes, open beta will hit OCE slightly earlier during patch 6.22 than other regions. However, currently on NA, I believe it's only on NA, replays are now available for testing. If I showed you guys earlier, if you go into profile and then match history, replays are currently available. Now then, I wonder, reordering scoreboard so you don't have to. This will be activated sometime during the patch once the preseason is fully shipped and out in the world. Games drafted in new champ select will automatically order the scoreboard by role, top, jungle, mid, marksman, and support. Interesting. Cool. And then new skins, Victorious Maokai. Finally, to those who achieved Challenger, be sure to verify your email address. We're currently vetting account eligibility and sending instructions for ordering your physical rewards in the next few weeks. And then some bug fixes. Gangplank's Q crits no longer travel faster than normal casts, fixing a bug that prevented him from chaining extra barrels during the travel time. Lucian's W no longer auto-fires in the same direction as passive Light Slinger's second shot if cast between Light Slinger shots. Thresh no longer can cast W globally under specific circumstances. No lantern was created, but Thresh gained vision of the target area. Alawi's tentacles now normally swing at champions under the effects of targets R or Kindred's R. Basically, if they're invulnerable, they will now swing normally. Jinx can no longer queue up Q to cast during the time of R. This addresses a bug that sometimes caused the rocket to appear further ahead to enemies than it was. Master Yi's Q now properly charges Static Shift passive. Project Fura's passive vital indicators no longer visually disappear before the effect expires. Project Yasuo's basic attack animations have been adjusted. to visually slash the target at the same time the damage is applied rather than slightly after. Blah blah, all of this, all of these bug fixes, Black Frost and Nivea's W visuals have been widened to match her other skins. Actual hitbox was never broken. When cast on a turret, Star Guardian Janna's E visuals now properly disappear if the shield is broken. Ivern can no longer be flagged as AFK if he farms the jungle for too long. What?! That one is hilarious! Ivern would actually be flagged as AFK if he farms the jungle for too long without interacting with anyone? That is hilarious! Okay, that little bug right there in the patch notes is, I think, worth watching this entire video, which is honestly probably getting kind of long now, for all of you guys just because of how funny it is. Wooglet Switch, Capwitch, if you guys don't know, that is the, it's basically Zanya's Ring for maps that aren't Summoner's Rift. Zanya's Ring was a combination item between Zanya's Hourglass and Rabadon's Death Cap that existed a while ago, and it was removed and replaced with Rabadon's Death Cap and Zanya's Hourglass, with Zanya's inheriting the Stasis Active and Death Cap inheriting the percent bonus AP, which overall gave mages more AP because it was both of those items were 120 AP items for a very long time. And I'm not sure how much AP Zanya's Ring gave, but I know it was a lot. So overall it gives mages more AP, but it doesn't have the percent bonus AP and the Stasis Active in a single item. Wooglet's Witch Cap, however, does, because that way it's cheaper for mages to buy on other maps that aren't Summoner's Rift, because you don't have as much. Games are typically shorter, you don't have as much gold, so they have a lot of items that are variants of items that are available on Summoner's Rift, but cheaper. Lowered the volume of Creator Victor's R. Lulu's running animation has been restored on all skins. Wonder Lulu's Pix Attack VFX have been re-snowified. Cassiopeia now properly plays VO lines when placing wards. Star Guardian Jinx's corpse no longer gets stuck in a T-pose if she dies while casting Q Switcheroo, which the T-pose, I might have to look this up, but basically the T-pose is this pose that the champions start off in when they are doing, like, work on them. Broloff no longer plays two VO lines at once when activating R. Snowdangar's E hop bouncing audio has been fixed when Gnar stomps on friendly targets. And then some really cool upcoming skins: Karthus Lightbane, Jace Brighthammer, Bard, Sejuani Dawn Chaser, Worldbreaker Hecarim, Worldbreaker Trundle, Battle Regalian Poppy Chromas, and Dragonslayer Braum Chromas. I kind of want that black Dragonslayer Braum Chroma and that, like, black and red Dragonslayer Braum Chroma. And that green Dragonslayer Braum Chroma looks cool too. I don't play Braum a particular ton anymore, but I still have Dragonslayer Braum. I still remember the days when I mained him, and I still love playing that champion. So Worldbreaker Hecarim and Nasus, Worldbreaker Trundle, and Nautilus. I know that the Worldbreaker skins are currently available, but I don't believe that Karthus, Jace, Bard, and Sejuani are available yet. But Karthus, is that skin cool? Now if I go to store, yeah, Kingpin Twitch, Whistler Village Twitch, Vandal Twitch, Gangster Twitch, and Pickpocket Twitch are available now. And you can buy the Plague Rat bundle, which has all 5 of them and comes with the champion if you don't already own it. If you don't already own him. I bought Kingpin Twitch. I like Whistler. Like, I liked some of Twitch's skins, including Whistler Village and Vandal are both really good. Gangster is pretty decent, even if I don't really like the pistol. And I don't like the pickpocket twitch pistol at all. It just looks weird with his animations. I might want to buy some Mystery Champion shards. So if I go over to my loot, then as you guys can see, I have Legendary Infernal Nasus and Epic Lunar Wraith Caitlyn. I can't upgrade Caitlyn yet because I don't have Caitlyn. However, I can currently upgrade Infernal Nasus, but I don't want to because I rarely play Nasus and I want the Lunar Wraith Caitlyn skin more. So that's just some stuff, random stuff. This whole video is just random rambling at this point, and I really need to pee, so I'm just gonna sign off right here. Thank you all for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. I will be showing you guys the replay system by doing the replay of that Hecarim game in a little bit. And having the replays available means that I can actually now play ranked for you guys and do post commentary for you guys, which makes me super happy because it means that I don't have to record the ranked games and I don't have to, you know, I can properly do a ranked series trying to get to gold. And that makes me extremely happy. So if you guys want to watch a ranked series of this Silver 5 nub trying to get to gold, then hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe because it's going to be coming. Comment down below if you want. You can hit the dislike button if you want. Any interaction with the video puts me up in YouTube's algorithm, which makes me happy because it makes me more likely to be seen by other people that are just scrolling randomly through YouTube. And I've even seen a YouTube channel that had only 100 subs on it. So, thank you all for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, share, dislike, whatever you want to do. It'll all help me grow my channel. And I will see you all in the next video, which will come after I use the bathroom and after I record the game. I'm going to record, download the... I'm going to show you guys the full system for the... Now this will be my first time seeing the system too, but I'm going to show you guys the full system for the replays and show you guys how everything works in the next video. Everything from downloading the replays to just playing to watching them and, you know, just doing stuff with the replays. So, wait for that video, and thank you for watching. That's the wrong button, I think.